What's up, everybody, and welcome back to After the Snap. I'm your host, Tasha Pierce. And yeah, I'm not going to waste too much of your time today. I'm going to jump right into this. This is another movie review. And if you like movie reviews and entertainment news and that sort of content, TV, streaming reviews, go ahead and do me a big favor. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you like and comment on this video. Tell me what you think of my review and if it encourages you to see this movie. All right, the name of our movie today is Blood Red Sky. It is directed by Peter Thorwarth, and the synopsis is: a woman with a mysterious illness is forced into action when a group of terrorists attempts to hijack a transatlantic overnight flight. So if you'd like to know what I thought of Blood Red Sky, then let's go. Okay, like I said at the top, Blood Red Sky was directed by Peter Thorwarth. The writers were Stephen Holtz and Peter Thorwarth. The stars were Perry Baumeister, Carl Anton Koch, and Alexander Scheer. And that was a mouthful. This movie was released on July 23rd, 2021. It was a Netflix original. The country of origin for this film is Germany. Blood Red Sky had a runtime of 2 hours and 1 minute. Now, if you're in the mood for a horror movie that has an engaging plot, thrills, and an astronomical kill count, then look no further than Blood Red Sky. This movie had me on the edge of my seat, all in my feelings, and cowering with fright alternately over its 2-hour run. It has been a very long time since I have seen a film with the layers and the heart that this one delivers. And yes, this is a horror movie with a whole lot of heart. I was taken by surprise by the entire premise of this thrill fest. I wasn't expecting the twists and turns from the opening moments. This thing is gripping and almost deliciously gory. This one is an absolute win for Netflix, and I wholeheartedly recommend watching it, but do so in ample daylight. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, this film is German in origin with the English dubbed in, and it's done quite well. So it's not like jarring, or it doesn't take you out of the film. It's really easy to get used to the dubbing. Now, in the beginning, we see a plane experiencing a very rough landing and a team of snipers with weapons trained on its cockpit. Now, this aircraft went off the radar hours earlier, and the flight crew reported to air traffic control that it had been hijacked. Upon landing, the only passenger that emerges from this plane is a little boy, all by himself. That's when the director of the task force orders the person that was piloting the plane to stay on board. The mystery at hand is, where are the rest of the passengers? Now, while I'm giving you a lot of information, trust, I am not dropping huge spoiler bombs. I want you to watch this movie with just enough context to know what you might be looking for, but without telling you all the good stuff. Now, in a flashback scene, we meet Elias and his mother, Nadia. That was the little boy. Now, Nadia is visibly ill with some sort of blood disease, and she and her son are en route to New York City for a potential treatment. The day of their trip, we watch a very surprisingly mature and independent Elias at the airport checking their bags, and he's alone. When he has difficulty with the heavier bags, a fellow passenger named Fareed lends him a hand. Now, later, we find out a little bit more about Nadia's mysterious illness, because Elias then explains to Fareed why they are taking this trip. He says the doctor in New York will remove the bad blood from his mother, so Fareed, along with me and probably the rest of the audience, we all conclude that his mother is suffering from leukemia. Now, I'm not going to ruin the twists and turns that you're going to experience while watching this movie. Just know that all is not what it seems on this Airbus A340 aircraft. After takeoff, the plane is hijacked by a group of violent terrorists. They dispatch with the air marshals rather quickly, and with assistance from the co-pilot, they kill the pilot and they take the flight over. And ooh, this time, this is the place where the plot jumps into high gear. So be prepared to feel all the feelings in this horror movie. You're going to get fear, elation, sadness, hysterics, everything. This is definitely one of the best movies, horror or otherwise, that I've seen all year. The director laid little Easter eggs of things to come throughout the movie. And of course, you don't know that you're looking for these Easter eggs until after you need them. The cinematography was decent, especially considering that most of the action in this movie is in close quarters on the plane. The story is going to oscillate between the flight and the lead up to Nadia getting ill. It shows how Elias comes to be so wise beyond his years, and we watch him assist Nadia with keeping her health in check. It also demonstrates how Nadia's love for her son helps her to somewhat control the symptoms of this illness. Other beats of this movie is like we lightly touch on the Islamophobia that became more prevalent in the wake of 9/11. And there's a good example of the American mindset that money cures everything. And there's so much in this movie, and it came out of nowhere on my ass. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I want to thank one of my regular viewers, Agnes Osano, for recommending this absolute gem of a movie. It was beautiful. And on my regular 1 to 5 scale, I rate Blood Red Sky a 5. This is a must watch, especially in spooky season. Now, of course, we got to talk about Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes will not let me be great. 80% of the critics love this film, compared to 56% of the audience. And I don't care, audience be damned, I'm telling you, this movie, in my opinion, is worth your watch. And just like Angus, you can recommend a movie for me to watch and review, and you can put that in the comments below. Also, drop a line or two with your thoughts on this review or the movie if you've seen it already. Please do me the honor of liking this video and subscribing to my channel for more movie and TV related content. And excuse me while I celebrate my patrons with some funky music, because I love my patrons. They think enough of me to continuously support my endeavors, and without them, I'd be lost. So thank you for having my back. I'd like to thank the Academy and my patrons. Now, if you'd like to make my day, become a patron by going to patreon.com/Tasha Pierce. Choose a tier, any tier, and if you choose to help me continue making this content, I'll be eternally grateful. I'll really appreciate it. And with all that being said, I've got nothing else. Thanks for hanging out with me for this movie review. Make sure you watch that movie, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.